Well, joining me on the news at 10 to discuss the build-up to the elections in the United States is the former permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs who served in the U.S. as Consul General, Ambassador Joe Keshi. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on the news at 10. You just heard that report. It has been a grueling few months of campaigning for both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, each of them, of course, facing their own controversy. How would these impact on the voters' decision at the polls, do you think?
I think it will impact a lot, and I just think that in the case of Mrs. Clinton, we probably have seen the latest developments since Friday that has brought down her poll numbers. So we just have to wait until, give or take, next Wednesday, for example, and begin to see what the final polls would be towards the election. But certainly this has been a gruesome election. It's been an election like no other election where you compare various past elections in the United States. So the unfavorability of the two candidates is affecting the election. The character of the candidates, it's affecting the election. And of course, the anger and the uncertainties about the future of the United States is affecting the election. So many things put together, affecting the election. But as I said, we just still have to wait a few more days before we can be certain as to who will win the election.
Let's talk about Donald Trump, a very interesting personality he is. What do you think are the attributes that makes people drawn to him, giving him that much support?
I think he tapped into the anger of a section of the United States that for many years have been unhappy, particularly of the Republican agenda, because when you listen to those who support Donald Trump, they are not only angry with the society or the direction the United States is going, they are also angry with Republican leaders for failing to project or to implement what they consider the Republican agenda. In fact, in some instances, they argue that they have conceded so much to the Obama administration. So this has created a lot of anger. In addition to the economy, there are some sections of the United States that has not done so well, more because technology has replaced, what they used to do before. So it's a combination of factors that has brought, Donald Trump. So he tapped into that anger, particularly of white electoral voters. And when you look at the demographics, you will see that Donald Trump is doing extremely well with less educated but angry white Americans. And is doing, not too well with educated whites and other demographics as well.
In just one word, who do you think will swing this?
Look, my heart, and I think the heart of all of us in Africa, it's with Hillary, for one simple reason, that the devil we know is better than the angel we don't know. But
I appreciate.
Again, as I said, we just have to wait till next week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, when we expect the final polls. If she's leading by 2 to 3 points, I believe she will win the election. But then there's a professor who for many years has always predicted correctly the outcome of United States election. From day one, this professor has predicted that Donald Trump will win, and only late last week he again said that the fundamentals of his analysis remain the same. And for me and for many others, this is frightening.
Ambassador Joe Keshi, a former permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I want to thank you so much indeed for talking to us on the news at 10.